Worms. It was this winter at Afro House at Round and Kensington Markets. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look at this guy's shirt, first and foremost.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm feeling good. It's really blessed to be, even though we can't physically be together, I'm so grateful for technology to just feel close and to still be able to have these conversations and hear these words. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
So let's start off with your song first. But before we get to do that, tell us a little about yourself. Which flag do you rep? What do you do? Give us a
I
little
think the
down low
signal
about
keeps cutting
yourself.
out.
Oh, is it cutting in and out?
Yeah.
Oh no, we can hear you okay. Is it me that's cutting in and out?
Yeah. Uh, okay, if you can hear me, that's good. Well, I rep two flags. I rep first and foremost the Nigerian flag. I am
Hmm.
Nigerian and also Canadian, so I rep the Canadian flag as well. So yeah.
Blessings. And what? Tell us a little about your song that you were going to be performing for us. I believe it's Warrior, right?
Yeah. Basically, shout out Dynasty. I haven't seen you in a minute, but glad you're
I
here.
love Dynasty always. Let's just have a slow clap for Dynasty. Like, everything.
Yeah. Welcome back to the land of the virtual or the living.
Mm.
But yeah, the song I'm gonna be performing is titled Warrior. It's basically I wrote that song out of a place of appreciation for Black women
Hmm.
because I feel like a lot in the mainstream music media, they're not appreciated enough, and obviously a lot in other parts of life, they're not appreciated enough. They're not given enough credit for the amount of stuff or the amount of contributions that they do. So yeah, I wrote that song just as an appreciation from me, or like using my art to express how I feel about Black
Mm.
women. Hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, without further ado, we can't wait to hear what you've got.
Okay, this
Let's
is
go.
I'm gonna okay. Just testing. You can hear me loud
I
and
can
clear,
hear
right?
you. Yep, your voice is really clear and loud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Warrior. I hope you like it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Prophet, swear to take me and hold you. Stay with you for the night. Swear to take me and drink you right. I'll be your candle light. Be your way that I will fight on fight. You got the fire, you're dynamite. Gonna love me like fire. You just leave me like you. If you say me, I'm back. Baby, I love me for what I love. I don't talk, but I can't get enough. See how she fresh like my cousin love. People need to one shit, one bigger. I don't feel different just to love you, but you want me if I don't get she don't believe me for love, but say she like but I'm saying when you so. Think on your toe. See the way she shake her rainbow. It's only make her dance in blue. Well, take me, I go hold you tight. Stay with you till the night. Well, take me, I go treat you right. When you get up, I'll be your candlelight. I'll be your money, I'm gonna go back to fight. You got the fire, you're dynamite. Girl, you love me like my it just seems me like baby, every time you call me, don't say I'll be there. Whenever you cry, you know I'm right here. You're the skin like somebody should look like a beer. Anything you want me, I'll go make it out here. Say I go give you my word and my heart and my soul. Baby, don't you know? If not fight, I won't fight, I'll go back for your love. When I tell you, say, need you to know that I love you, baby. I want you to know that I need you, baby. Stay with you for the night. Me, I go treat you right. Yeah, I'll be your candlelight. I'll be your only hope that I will fight your fight. You got the fire, you're dynamite. Girl, you love me like my hey, it is sweet me like sugar. I love the way you smile, go inside. Ahora que te jealous and I meet you. Many are cold, but you chosen not you. I'll be there, you true. I've been searching for these kinds of love. Oh, don't you know? Like a superstar alone the sky. Oh, I'll always come back home. What I got because if I die, I'm not gonna know. I don't care you go, even if you want to go. Stay with you for the night. Swear to me, we are going to treat you right. Hey, yeah, I'll be your angel. I'll be your money, your guy, your heart, your fight. You got the fire, your dynamite. Oh, oh, yeah, treat me like sugar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got a lot of comments during that. If you were feeling Prophet's voice, let's see some fire emojis. Let's see some hearts. Give this guy some love. You were getting a lot of love during your performance.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't read at the same
No,
time.
no, you were doing your thing, absolutely in the
But
moment, as you should be. That
I
was
appreciate
wonderful.
it. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much
it.
for that. Yeah,
No,
I appreciate you. And y'all, you can find Prophet. We have two of his songs on the Spotify playlist. We have the song Your Love, and then there's a song with Dynasty that we were just talking about, Dynasty Williams. And so it's a See Me Roll, the remix. It's a hot little number, that one, let me tell you. I get
facts.
down about a lot in my house. So definitely check him out on the Spotify playlist. But before we let you go, we've got about 5 minutes to chat. I was, touching base with all the artists for today and, asked them specifically what they wanted to talk about. And you mentioned what's really important for you to talk about is building the Black family and generational wealth. So let's hear about it. Why is this important to you? What would you like our listeners to hear about that today?
Well, firstly, I feel like obviously we are aware of, how history has always put us at the short end of the stick and how we have been left out of a lot of the conversation and we've been sabotaged even when we put our best forward. We're always having to be excellent. They call it Black excellence. And even at that point, we're always looked down on. I feel like it is within us as a community, as a people, and as a race, speaking generally on Black people,
Mm-hmm.
to come together and realize that it is at a time where we have to, how do I say this? We have to realize that it is no longer a choice to be united. It is a necessity. You get me? It's a necessity. And from, as a little kid growing up, my parents, they always, shout out to my parents, they always imprinted in us that family comes first. Family is very important. And, it's one of the things that truly builds a person. You learn a lot from family. You learn values, you learn about life, you learn about everything from family, and I feel like a lot of things has been done to destabilize the Black family on a global scale, on a massive scale, by the government, by people, by, different groups, powers that be. And I feel like it is a time where we need to realize that we have to work harder to keep our families together. Because we say unity, but unity is not a random thing. Unity starts in the family. There's a lot of broken homes, and broken homes a lot of times leave broken people. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have a lot of broken people in the world trying to figure out and put pieces together. It just is a recipe for chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's 100% our fault at this point, but I believe that we do have to take some accountability, knowing all that we know and having the access to the knowledge that we have. Yes, a lot of the Black men are incarcerated, and there's this whole conspiracy to incarcerate the Black man. In the States, for example, majority of inmates are people of color or Black men. You know what I mean? Taking fathers away from their kids, fathers away from their family. Future fathers away from their future kids. It's just a really, really crazy thing. And then you have single mothers. That a lot of Black men don't realize the importance of family. Therefore, there's a lot of single mothers because the Black fathers leave. You know what I mean? So you're raising single mothers are raising all these kids without their fathers or without the father figures, and the family structure is looking thinner and thinner. So I feel like regardless of if it's role models that we need or black leaders, male leaders that we need to like, to guide these children as well as their mothers or as well as, their aunts or uncles, grandparents, you know what I mean? They need to realize that the family unit is the start. Keep that family structure intact. But at the same time, the parents and the grandparents need to realize that, now is the time for you to work, for you to hustle, for you to keep the wealth in the family. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like when I see examples in the Chinese and the Indian families where a lot of them come together to achieve something or live together for a period of time or purchase property or purchase businesses, and they don't even employ other people. They employ family members or they employ like people within the family to take care of the family business, and they grow the business and they're all growing at the same time. They buy a property, let's say 2 or 3 brothers or friends even like come together and buy a property. The property matures, they sell the property and they split it, the ways in which, or depending on the amount of money that was invested, or what I mean. So it's like you rarely see black people doing these types of things. I've heard excuses, a lot of excuses of, trust or, oh, I can't do that with my family. But that's where it comes in place, where the family structure, the family unit needs to be worked on. You got to build trust. You got to build honesty. You got to build love within the family structure for you to be able to like, grow into that phase of let's come together to do this. Indian people, I know a lot of Indian people. I have a lot of Indian friends. Indian people, you don't necessarily need to be related to them. If you're Indian, they'll give you a chance. Get me? But black people, I don't know what it is truly. I've not been able to wrap my brain around it that there are places in Ontario that you go to and white people are all friendly. But when you see a fellow black person, it's like, no, I don't want to talk to you, or like, they're very like withdrawn. And it's crazy to me because like in this day and age, like, why is your first response in seeing a black person a withdrawal instead of an accommodation or like, yeah, let's come together, or oh, my brother, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that response I see. So it's really fascinating to see that, everybody's talking about unity, but when we step out the doors and we see each other, it's not a welcoming embrace. It's more of a, oh, who are you? It's not. You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like, yeah, like, build the family structure, let families focus on combining wealth. And not only that, they need to be financially literate. Get, financial planners if you need to, like, get real estate agents if you need to, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have the knowledge is out there, or people you can pay to give you the knowledge. A lot of knowledge is free right now on the internet. So if you don't have the knowledge, you can easily look it up. My parents had always told us that, family is all that got you. And as your parents, we're willing to do everything to make sure that you get to where you need to go. You know what I mean? Like, they've never at any point in time been like, no, like, you're on your own. I've never had to feel that feeling of, no, you're on your own. Like, yes, they'll give you the space to be independent, but at the same time, they understand that they're still going to be giving you encouragement, even if it's not financial. They're still going to be giving you support, even though it's not financial. You know what I mean? You're still going to always know that your family's got you and your family's right behind you. But at the same time, they're always working to make sure that they leave something behind for us, the children. You get me? So it's not like, oh, like I see a lot of parents, like they don't care about their children. Send you to school. That's the maximum I can do for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm Nigerian and I see a lot of Nigerian parents do this as well. They don't take into consideration every other thing that is set as a barrier. You might go to school and graduate with first class or honors and still not be able to find a job because you're black.
Exactly.
Like I have a Nigerian last name and if someone's name is Johnson, there's a lot of chance, or there's higher chances that that person is probably going to get to the interview stage or probably going to get that job position than someone that their name is Adelekun, or like, you know what I mean? Like some Nigerian name that sounds foreign to the interviewer or to the, employer. You know what I mean? So it's like things like this, like not necessarily finishing school or getting a degree is what puts you in the forefront. Yes, it can give you certain leverage, like, yeah, you're educated, but there's that's why they call it systemic racism. You know what I mean? Just because you're black, doesn't matter your credentials, doesn't matter your position, doesn't matter your experiences, they're going to look down on you. You know what I mean? So it's like, if the world don't have you, at least you should always know that your family has you. That level of motivation alone, that level of support alone is enough to propel people. And obviously, we're stronger together.
So much
What you
stronger
can't
together.
achieve on your own, people that you trust and your family coming together with you to achieve that is a powerful thing.
Beautiful.
There was a live video I was watching. I don't know if I'm running out of time, but I'm just going to say this to end it.
About a little bit over, but maybe another 30 seconds to a minute. It's painful to cut you off because it's great, but.
No worries at all. I was seeing this thing about Terrence J and one of the weigh-ins. I don't remember which brother it was, but Terrence J was basically arguing to one of the weigh-ins that his family made him, that without the weigh-in family, he would not have had as successful a career as he does. And his defense was, and so? Shouldn't that be what family should be? You know what I mean? He's like, yes, the tribe made me successful. And that's how it should be. Terrence J was saying, yeah, but I had to get it on my own. And in my mind, I'm looking at that and I'm like, are you jealous? His family made him, gave him opportunities. One gets to the top and that one brings the rest up and brings the next person up and brings the next person up, and it becomes a powerful tribe. So it's like, are you jealous that you had to get it on your own, that you didn't have that family structure? Work on that family structure to give your children that opportunity. That's all I have to say about that. Don't be jealous. That's another thing. There's a lot of jealousy. If you see a black person successful, another black person feels, oh, that's an opportunity that I should have had. So like, I'm going to be jealous, or I'm going to like feel a type of way and hate you for that success. And it's crazy.
But that's the lack mentality. Like there's more than enough for everybody. It's not through tearing each other down.
We can all eat.
Competitive that we get
together. We're powerful. Look at how much Black Lives Matter raised in the 14 days. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
It's time. It's the only way. The only way through this is together, and that is on every level of it. Thank you so much for sharing. Again, I hate cutting you off because I could listen to you all day. Thank you for those incredible points.
No problem. My pleasure.
I don't think it's surprising to anybody at this point that your artist name is Prophett. Got a lot of wisdom and incredible things to share. I definitely urge everybody and encourage you to go to Prophet's page. You've been dropping a lot of wisdom. You've been hitting lots of posts, lots of content. There's a lot of really, really great. If you're one of those people, we've got a very diverse audience here, and you're a bit overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, check this guy's page. He's got a lot of stuff to say.
I'm just trying to do my part.
Some dope music, on top of it all. So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. Thank you for donating your time, your artistry.
Thank you guys for listening. And thanks, Sarah, for the platform. Appreciate it. Much love.
My pleasure. Much love. All right. Thank you so much. We've got next, without further ado, we're just going to go right in because I want to make sure she gets all the time she possibly can, because let me tell you, we're in for a treat, to say the least. So next we have the powerhouse, Miss Sedalia and Jai.